Johnny Fisher, Dave Allen 2 ends in dramatic and epic fashion. The rematch is done. The record has been set straight. That's right, Bubba boxing fans. Welcome back to another installment of Chatterboxing, the show that kind of sounds like shadowboxing. We're obviously here to talk about Johnny Fisher, Dave Allen 2, the rematch. What an ending that was. What a fight we got there. But before that, let's take a quick look at the undercard very quickly. We had Kieran Conway defeating Jerome Warburton with a KO to the body. Conway looked quite good. I must say he looked big in there. His back especially looked quite big in there. Didn't seem too troubled at that level. And up next, he's supposed to face George Liddard, who literally went up next after him in the undercard. George Liddard with a very impressive win against 19-1, I believe, Aaron Sutton. Liddard improved his record to 12-0. 22-year-old. I must say the future looks bright for this young man. He looked good in there. The timing, the speed. So there's a difference between timing and speed, obviously, as you all know. And the timing, like whenever Aaron Sutton was throwing, anytime he was throwing a jab, boom, check left hook. The timing, like Liddard was catching him every time right from the beginning. You could see I was watching with my friend, and about 10 seconds into the fight, 15 seconds into the fight, I told my friend, I'm like, wow, your boy Sutton, he's eating a lot of shots. Lo and behold, maybe 10 seconds later, he goes down. He went down again in the second round, and then he made the adjustment. I believe the first two rounds he was throwing, he was trying to time Liddard, but Liddard was actually timing him. So any time he would throw, Liddard would just catch him. And I remember thinking to myself and telling my friend, like, if I was Sutton, I'd just take a minute or two, just shell up, focus on my defense, not throw so much, because it's clear anytime I'm throwing, I'm getting countered. And just like, try and calm myself, try and regain some composure and gain some footing in the fight. And credit to his corner, I think they gave him somewhat similar instructions. He started to fight at a distance. He started to move around more. And I wouldn't say he had much success, but he definitely had improved on the first two rounds. So 2 knockdowns in the first 2 rounds. But in the end, Liddard, worthy winner. The output, the speed, like we said, the accuracy, the shot selection, the timing, defense. He looks quite good. I think he's definitely very comfortable at the British level, Commonwealth level. They say he's going to fight Conway next. Future looks bright for Liddard. As I said, he talks well. You could see that in his post-fight interview outside the ring. He talks very well. He's quite charismatic. He jokes around with it, confident as well. He's like, I put the whole middleweight division on notice. So I quite like that. Future's bright. He looks like a Hollywood actor, Good-looking kind of guy, big smile, charismatic. Well done. Should be an interesting fight against Conway. I reckon Liddard, he wins, and let's see where he goes from there. Right, anyways, on to the main event. Bosh! What everyone was looking forward to. It did not disappoint. Johnny Fisher, the Romford Bull, against Dave Allen, the Doncaster de la Hoya, the White Rhino. First of all, we recap very quickly in Riyadh. They had the first fight a couple months ago. Close fight. I honestly scored it 5 rounds apiece, but Dave Allen got that knockdown. So 1 point win, like a win to Dave Allen, basically, is how I saw that. Controversial win. Johnny Fisher got the win, of course. People are saying it's controversial. A lot of people saying, Dave Allen won. Maybe it was a draw. But I think if you go back and rescore that fight, it's close. It's close, but I think equal 5 rounds each, and then Dave Allen wins on the knockdown. Yesterday, however, Dave Allen came in heaviest we've ever seen him, actually, 265 pounds. Johnny Fisher came in at 245 pounds, so a 20-pound weight difference. And I didn't know what to make of that, to be honest. But one of my friends, shout outs to Anthony, he was telling me, Dave Allen is coming in for the KO. He's coming in heavy. I had predicted Johnny Fisher on points. Dave Allen, what a performance, man. Okay, what a 5th round, because I honestly had Johnny Fisher winning the first 4 rounds. First round was a bit close. I guess if you wanted to be really generous, you could have a 3-1 to Fisher going into the 5th round. I had a 4-0. Fisher looked relatively in control, relatively untroubled. He wasn't throwing everything he's got in those early rounds like he did in the first fight, which ended up leaving him gassed. He was quite composed, fighting a good fight. You just saw, though, at the end of that fourth round, I think he took one or two shots. An overhand right, I think, from Allen. Maybe a hook as well. You could see, like, there was a mini warning sign there. I didn't think too much of it, but then the fifth round started. Johnny Fisher, again, more or less in control. But then there was like one shot. I think there was an overhand right for sure this time in the fifth that caught him, and you could immediately see like Johnny Fisher back up. He looked okay. He was kind of like jogging back, but that's quite a gap to create. That's quite the distance to create. And as someone who spars and gets hit in sparring and is not the best, I can kind of recognize that. You know, you kind of felt a strong punch land, and you want to give yourself as much time and as much space as you can to like recover and refocus. You saw him took like 4 or 5 steps back, jogged back, looked okay, created that space. There was that body shot as well. I don't know if it was right before or right after. There was a body shot that again backed up Johnny Fisher, and then bam, there was the right with a couple of hooks and an uppercut, I believe. Johnny Fisher was uneasy on his legs, tried to hold on to Allen. There was no holding on. Down he went. Referee gives him the count. I think he got up at 8 or 9. He got up, yeah, there's like 7 or 8 seconds left in the round only. And I'm thinking, all right, he just needs to hang in there for like 5 seconds. He gets up a little bit unsteady on his feet, and if you watch the replay, he actually pushes the ref out of his way. Like the referee was in front of him, like obstructing the fight from continuing. And John Fisher just pushes him out of the way, kind of like, get out of the way. Mate, those 1 or 2 seconds could have really saved him. Because we all know what happened next. Dave Allen comes forward, couple hooks to the body. I think there was right hook, left hook, and then boom, left hook to the head. That just like it gave Fisher the bubble head. You know the bubble head? It gave him the bubble head. It reminded me a bit of Bacoli against Jared Anderson, although maybe not as bad. Jared Anderson had major bubble head that fight. But boom, that was it. It was all over. And honestly, the punch connects like with less than a second, or just about a second, less than a second maybe in the round. So honestly, if Fisher didn't push the ref out of the way and was eager to get the fight going again for some reason, although he was on wobbly legs, the round might have ended before that punch landed, or maybe it lands after the bell goes and Dave Allen gets disqualified. Who knows? Like, take your time, man. Especially if you just got clipped and you're wobbly feet. Take your time. But all credit to Dave Allen. Very happy for him. He said in the post-fight he took a risk coming in overweight, and he's like, it paid off. He said, honestly, I gained the weight. I believe he said just to absorb the body punches from Fisher, and he even said it was a bit of a risk, but it paid off. All credits to him. Honestly, as well, big respect, Dave Allen, because you could see as soon as Fisher goes down, Dave Allen has like a mini second of joy, and immediately he's like, he tells his corner, calm down, tells the referee, I know, I'm not going to celebrate. Like, let's wait, let's check on Johnny Fisher. You'd love to see that. Big respect. This is a dangerous sport. These are 2 gentlemen, 2 young men. You know, I love to see that respect. Credit to Dave Allen. I'm sure, no doubt, had the tables been turned the opposite way, I'm sure Johnny Fisher would have awarded him that respect too. 2 gentlemen. Unlucky for Johnny Fisher. Unlucky. You know, I thought, as I said, I predicted Fisher on points. I thought he would, I thought he would only learn from the first fight. And he did, to his credit. The first fight, you saw him get gassed very early. I think after 4 rounds, he got gassed because he was throwing everything in those punches. We know Dave Allen is very durable. If you look at his record, he's not been stopped too many times. Like Dillian Whyte in his prime didn't stop Dave Allen. So he's very durable. And we thought Johnny Fisher could only improve from the first fight, could only get better, avoid some of the dirty tactics, avoid some of the rabbit punches, which he did. He did, to be honest. But I felt like Dave Allen was just wiser on the night, and so he proved. Like, first 4 rounds, we didn't see much. Couple of, when they're close distance, Dave Allen really knows like what he's doing in there. Honestly, I might want to rewatch and like take notes the first 2 fights, because up close, first fight a bit dirty, you could say. But up close, he fights very well. Sneaky little uppercuts, sneaky little rabbit punches, sneaky little hooks. He does fight well. So yeah, credit to both of them. Where does Johnny Fisher go from here? You know, you did hear Dave Allen saying in the build-up, "Oh, you're only British level. You're only British level." I don't know. I'm not sure if that's fair. He's very young. He's still quite raw. Still quite inexperienced. Dave Allen is very experienced. Only 33, but keep in mind this is a white rhino or an Allen that's motivated. You know, by all accounts, everyone's saying he wasn't getting paid that well early on in his career. Now there's the whole Riyadh season, Turkey Al Sheikh, big fights, big purses on the line. So this is a rejuvenated, refocused, and refreshed Dave Allen. It'll be interesting to see where they both go from here. I don't think that's the last we've seen of Johnny Fisher. Certainly not the last we've seen of Dave Allen. Should be a good fight. I heard rumors of Adelaide, Dave Allen, Adelaide. I think Adelaide has TKV next though. Wouldn't be a bad fight. I'd be interested to see that. Dave Allen against Bacoli. I wouldn't mind seeing that, to be honest. Dave Allen rematch versus Dillian White. I wouldn't mind seeing that either, to be honest. Dave Allen, Big Baby Miller. I don't know. I don't know if I want to see that. Big Baby Miller is too big. Wonderful night of boxing. Lots of action, lots of drama, great knockout. I hope they're both okay. Dave Allen seems okay. I hope Johnny Fisher is okay. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Who will they fight next? Where does this KO rank on the KOs you've seen so far this year, or your favorite KOs? Is it even one of your favorite KOs? Let me know. As always, thanks for watching. Keep those hands up.
I know you feel it, 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 I know you feel it.